Good afternoon, everyone. It is January 22nd, 2023. What you're looking at is just a 30-minute chart of the ES on the RTH setting over here. News-wise, not a lot of news this week. We do have GDP quarter over quarter on Thursday, but other than that, pretty quiet week. No Fed heads for once, it looks like. Um, Before we get into this chart, I want to just quickly go over some of the volume stuff we're looking at on the month. So this is a 30-minute chart, VWAP in purple, and I just want you to focus on the purple line and this white line over here, this thick white line and this purple line. So the point of control being the thick white line, what happened was we balanced at these lows, which was that continued balance from December. We built a position at 38.30, and then we rallied, and in this entire time, we never had a monthly POC shift until Tuesday. And actually, on the weekend, on Friday, I think I'd been calling for a sell-off just after two high closes, trading far above the monthly VWAP. I think the full sessional POC had shifted earlier. Yeah, the sessional POC had shifted on that Friday, but the RTH waited until Tuesday. So I was thinking would sell off. What happened was we were just getting a lot of resistance in a tightening range. And what tends to happen is that if buyers are just unable to move us up higher, and we did have news catalysts as well, when buyers or sellers are unable to break a range and the range just compresses, once you do get a liquidation of that area, it should be quite a thorough liquidation. Just the thought being is that you're collecting more and more and more inventory in that area without continuation. And once you do exit, once you do clean out, you will clean out in a major way like we saw. And watching the point of control shift meant to me that whoever had accumulated this position at the lows had likely exited it, and it did mean a reversion into monthly VWAP, which again is sitting at 39.30, and that's what I was calling for, was a move back to 39.30, and that's what we got. Below there, I was looking for if we could continue below this 3900-ish area. We spent 2 days here, and instead we had the monthly POC shift to here. And once again, I was looking to see whether sellers could continue to bang this thing lower down to 38.30, or if we'd squeeze. And much like buyers had no continuation to the upside, sellers no continuation to the downside, and instead we did squeeze into the close up to this first standard deviation of monthly VWAP, also where we had last week's point of control at 39.89 quarter. So just kind of this area of interest. So let's go into our big chart once again. So once again, 39.30, 3900-ish, where we trapped the shorts, 4,000-ish where we trapped the longs, and kind of diddling in between this 2022 POC at 39.68-ish, December a half back around there, and our weekly halfback is also coming in right around here. So the 68 number is important, and now what I'm trying to see is, are we going to clean out the trapped longs at the highs, or are we going to clean out the trapped sellers at the lows? And then can we get continuation back into this balance, back into the original position at 38.30? Can we clean out trapped longs at the highs and get up into 2022 value area high at 59.5? Get into 2022 halfback at 41.55 quarter? Can we get into these areas? I'm cautious calling for high for these 40.59, 41.55 numbers, just given the macro environment. It's hard to justify. However, I'll just follow price and trade accordingly. So that is what I'm looking for this week. To me, we're just ping-ponging between the trapped sellers and the trapped longs. 40.13 going to be an area of interest, 40.17 going to be an area of interest up to those weekly highs and or high of the month so far. 40.13 just being where that monthly point of control was sitting, and I believe where we ended up putting in the weekly point of control. Yes, 40.13. 39.18 being the other high volume spot. The volumes are very similar between 39.18 and 40.13 where we closed out the week. So I'm just seeing if we can either clean out these trapped longs around 40.13 or clean out the trapped sellers around 39.18. And in the middle is just going to be this sort of ping-ponging occurring. If we do break the lows, I think we come into this original position at 38.30. I struggle to think that we'll break these lows this week, maybe next month. If we do, I have some lower targets over here. And if we do break the highs, we've already discussed that scenario. Hope that makes sense. So in general, just looking to see if we can break this high or this high or this low, and then continuation on the either side. So kind of a balance rule situation. Hope that helps, and trade safe, you guys.